So, ladies and babies, we finally did it. We finally broke our trading rules. Executed when we knew we shouldn't have been trading. So let's get into it. You know what hurts more than a stop loss? You breaking your own trading rules knowing you shouldn't be. Man, that sucks. Smooth this here. That sucks. Breaking your trading rules. Man, now that's actually a loss. When you execute on your trading rules and you get stopped out, it's still a win. But when you actively choose to break your trading rules and then get stopped out, which we didn't get stopped out, we manually closed our trade, which is even worse because part of my trading rules is not to manually close my trades. Just a spiral. That's how you know it's a loss. Anyways, let's recap this trade. Why did I decide to take shorts? Today was a spiral of emotion. Spiral of emotion. Let's quickly recap the trading week. Only one trade on the week. Obviously, with this being the challenges, I know how my psychology is. I know how my mindset is to have that urge, have that desire to pass early. I mean, everybody does. And so I went into this week knowing and expecting that psychological barrier to appear, which it did. Obviously, it's always the first week whenever I get back into the challenge phase. However, got a setup on Monday. We didn't execute on that setup mainly because we hadn't developed a playbook around it yet. Tuesday, no setup. Wednesday, ended up taking a loss. Thursday, no setup. We were waiting. Tuesday, price liquidated to the downside. Didn't see a setup. Thursday, no setup. Friday, now I have to go in and journal this stupid trade. I think that's the worst. But anyways, let's get into it. So, starting off on the weekly time frame, because it is the end of the week, we did have this inverse for value gap right here that we had validated the week prior. However, I was still bullish on the overall week, but with slight bearish confluence, with daily failing to displace with strength to the downside, that showcases to me that we are still bullish. However, when scaling down in time frame, we're traced into this 4-hour inverse or support and resistance, support turn resistance, call this whatever you want. I'm more upset at myself that I broke my rules than anything. I think that's the worst failing. Breaking your rules. Well, at least you know you're on the right path to becoming a profitable trader. Because if you broke your rules and it didn't phase you, well, if I broke my rules and it didn't phase me, I'd be in another long position right now. Anyways, price action today. Somehow, we ended up waking up late. That hasn't happened in months. Today, the first day, we woke up 30 minutes past market open. So you could already tell we weren't even in the right state of mind in order to be trading. That should have been a confluence to me just to not trade. I should have known that as soon as I seen it was 6 or 9:55. That should have been just donezo. I don't even know how I woke up late. I literally woke up 3 times. I woke up 3 times before market open, right before market open. Today was a smack in the face. We got to keep going and doing the things we need to do, because if we just decide to sit here and procrastinate all day on the tasks we know we need to do, today will be a losing day. not just trading in real life. Anyways, on the hourly time frame, we came down, validated this 1 hour fair value gap. Now note, I was looking for longs the entire time. The entire time. This was my ideal setup on ES. Why didn't I take this trade? This was my exact setup on ES. Following all my rules, all my confluences, perfect trade. And yet, my mind got to me. I was like, nah, don't trade ES. Don't trade ES, because NQ is going to liquidate to the downside. By the way, this idea of there being a liquidation had no back confluence to it. It was literally because price action failed to close higher with displacement above these 15-minute highs, which I guess that is confluence, but nothing else back behind it. Nothing else. I feel like an idiot. Because this entire trade, I knew that even if it was a win, it would be one of those wins where you knew you shouldn't have won. It's one of those days where it's like, any outcome is just like, this was 5 minutes past my trading time I should have been on. That's first off. We literally did a whole bunch of work yesterday analyzing when to get off of the charts. We looked at our TradeZella statistics and seen we only win 20% of trades after 11 a.m. And I decided to take a trade and beat the odds after 11 a.m. Okay, seriously. And I actively knew I was doing this. During the entire trade, I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew exactly why I should not be executing, and I did anyways. That's so weird how that works. And then I was like, man, now I gotta make this video. I have to make the video too, which is even worse. I think that's the worst part, because now I have to say everything I did out loud and continue to hold myself accountable. Like, bro, man. Yeah. Anyways, so price action ended up chopping, chop. We wanted to see a bearish push to the downside. We wanted to see price action displace with strength below these lows in order for us to look for shorts, because price action wasn't giving us the proper confluence at that time in order to look for longs. Do you see where I'm going with this? Like, shorts, long, shorts, long, shorts, long, slong. Can't even make a Diddy joke today. It's not. I can't. I'm not allowed to. Anyways, ended up taking a short position once price action showcased strong displacement to the downside on the 5-minute time frame. After looking for longs. Where's the... And then price action retrace for the equilibrium. This wasn't even a liquidity sweep. Oh my gosh. I actually have to go in and journal this trade too, which is the worst part. It's the name of the game, man, but like when you do, it sucks breaking your rules. Like, breaking your trading rules is the worst. Breaking your trading rules is the worst. There's nothing worse than that. Knowing you shouldn't have traded, but you did. Knowing you broke your trading rules in the week. You could have, literally, it was 11. I was like, you know what? Just call it a day. Preserve the capital you have for next week. But my mind was like, no. Stay on the charts for an extra 5 minutes. And that 5 minutes killed me. Follow your rules. Follow your rules, man. Anyways, price action. Tracing the equilibrium of the fair value gap, we failed to validate it. I knew we were going to, because literally broke structure back to the upside. Revalidating this 1 hour fair value gap right here. on this new hourly candle open. And I knew all this actively, and I still took the trade. Yeah. Yeah. I knew all of this actively, and I still took the trade. I know it's crazy. Lonnie broke his trading rules. And need I say more? Manually closed the trade once a 5-minute bearish fair value gap got invalidated. Now it showcased it flipped to a bullish inversion. Let me move this here. And that's everything I have to say. Follow your trading rules. I look like a mess. Yeah. Follow your trading rules. I'm trying to cope by saying follow your trading rules right now because I did not follow mine. Seriously, Lonnie? Seriously? I mean, it's gonna happen. But you best believe this isn't going to continue to happen. Absolutely not. Not even gonna allow it to happen. Now this is the end of the recording. Now I gotta go journal this. I feel like an idiot.